during that period, I was thinking a lot about what is public art. And because before, in a few years, I was in a pretty challenging time for myself to find who I am for my creation and also for my personal life. And I just, in that period, I was kind of feeling I have the direction that to really ground it into my creation process. And also I feel when my creation can really express the truth and freedom inside, and also to share those truths and freedom with others, I feel much more happier during the process. And so I start to feel the public art can be some ground that I explore. And just during that time, I hear this program, Placemaker. So it really came from the experience collected from the last few years. And I think, I really believe it's a universe Placemaker's project that's called during that time. So that's where all the ideas naturally come together. I didn't spend much effort to think about it.
Moment of silence. Okay, thank you.
My name is Hantaj and I like to play cricket.
My name is Jacqueline. I like sports.
My name is Violet. I like things.
So before we start to draw, before we start to touch those cues, I want to share some experience as being an artist. So usually we have the different labels for us. So we have the different name for what you're doing. You're an artist, you're a musician, you're a scientist, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, and you're a driver, and teacher, or student. We have many labels and titles for us. But today what I want to share with you is I only find my peace and my true love for doing this after I find who I really are.
After I came to Canada, I feel lost in that direction because I feel my creation not really attached and grounded in my own experience and grounded in my true experience of my life. I had a few years challenge during that time to feel stable for my personal spiritual state. Sometimes I always feel losing control during that few years. And that is actually the real point I started to really explore myself from inside out.
Just an ordinary guy, just like everyone else.
I am myself. Yeah, just myself. Alive on the earth, in the universe. I think so.
And then, when she was 18 years old, she met her first love, a handsome, kind goose.
And I gradually learned meditation, talked to some spiritual teacher and reading some spiritual books. And through those few years effort, I found that actually this is core of my life. So it doesn't matter what do I do, like I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I'm a teacher, or it doesn't really matter what's the title of me, but how do I live my everyday life? Can I be satisfied and happy and content for each moment in my life? That's pretty much the main point of my life. So when I figured out that, I feel this is a really choose place that I can start my creation. For the ink drawing, it's pretty much inspired from the landscape locally in Saskatoon and also the interaction process with those different creators from the Placemaker program. So some of the features in the scroll are inspired from those books I have read before, and also some stories I have heard from some Chinese traditional legends. But mainly for this piece of scroll is inspired from those interaction experience with those artists, and I sometimes meditation with them, or I do the consciousness drawing with them. And also I spent some time with some pieces of the sculptors in the city. So that is my main drive of those ink drawing on the scroll. At the beginning of this project, I had a really challenging time at the beginning. I had a few moments of scaring about too many interactions with others. Like you said, mostly I work solitude in my studio before. But the amazing thing is through this process, I learned how to open myself, and the most important thing is how to trust others. And when I start from that point, I gradually feel so happy to do things with others, because everyone is different, everyone is unique, and each one has their own ability on some aspects. So for this project, it looks very complex process, but we have many supporters. So I feel like I was on a journey, and many people are walking and running with me. So I do not feel alone, and I feel very supportive, and something just naturally coming together. So I think for artists, in the different period, everyone must explore the different process. But for me, through this project, I think I would love to keep this exploration of collaborating with others, because I feel the transformation before is by myself, and now I can do it with others, with more love and more supportive. It's actually very nurturing from my own experience.